everybody, Ellen here. Today I come to you guys with a new video, obviously, and today I'm going to talk about my most anticipated releases for 2019. And since there will be a lot of releases this year and not everything is like official yet for when it will be published, I'm going to make this video into two parts just like I did last year, and this time we will actually talk about the January to June releases. And as of right now, I have 11 books on this list that I really want to talk about with you guys, and yeah, let's get to it. So the first book is Slay by Kirsten White, and I don't really know a lot about this book, but it's supposed to be a retelling of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which is definitely a TV show I love so much, and I have done so for so many years. And in this book we're supposed to follow a Slayer, but it's not actually Buffy, it's like later on one of the other chosen ones. And I think this Slayer actually has a twin sister, but that's pretty much all I know. But since I do love everything Buffy related, I really do want to read this retelling, and hopefully I will like it. This book has release date of January 8th of 2019. And then we have one release from an author I really look forward to reading another book of, because she hasn't released that many yet, and this book is Famous in a Small Town by Emma Mills. This one is a contemporary, obviously, and I really do love her covers as always. And I don't really know a lot about this one, but obviously it's a contemporary. There's going to be a love interest. The main character Sophie lives in this small town. There's not really a lot to do, but she does have her like regular spots that she likes to go to. And then one day there comes this boy named August, and things change. And this book has release date of January 15th. And then we have a book that's actually from one of my favorite authors as of right now, and this is King of Scars by Lady Bardugo. This is supposed to be sort of a, I guess you could say, a sequel series, because they are about this character called Nikolai that you get to know in the Grishaverse trilogy. And I don't really remember if this book is supposed to take place before those books or after, but they do evolve around the characters that is in the Grishaverse. And I really don't want to know anything more, but I really did enjoy the character Nikolai, and I want to get to know his character a lot better, and now we finally get to do so. And this book comes out on January 29th. And then we have another contemporary book, and this one is called Fame, Faith and the First Kiss, and this by Casey West. And as you maybe know by now, Casey West is definitely one of my favorite authors, and definitely one of my favorite contemporary authors specifically. And this one we meet Lacey, and she's about to get her big break in the movie industry, but at the same time she's supposed to finish up her high school diploma. Not doing very well on that part, so her dad actually hires her a tutor, and this tutor turns out to be this huge jackass. But since we all know this is a contemporary book, stuff is about to happen. And this book has release date of February 5th. We have On the Come Up by Angie Thomas. This was actually a book that was supposed to originally be published in 2018, but it got pushed back. And this one is about Bree. She's 16 years old, and she's actually the daughter of a dead rap legend. And of course she wants to relive her life as would any teenager, but when her mother suddenly loses her job, everything gets a little bit harder, and they have to fight a little bit more to make their ends meet. But Brie just wants to, you know, focus on her true passion in life, which is music and rap specifically. And I really love The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas, so I really high hopes in this book as well. I was really disappointed when I found out that the book was pushed back, but now it's not that far away, and hopefully they'll push it back again. But this book has a release date of February 5th as well. We have The Afterword by A.K. Johnston. This is about a girl named Calanthe, and she's a knight apprentice, and she really didn't expect to, you know, save the world or anything. And then we have Ulsa, who's actually a beggar and a thief, and these two girls you know, meet, and their fates are intertwined, and they have to work together to, you know, save the world. And this book has a release date of February 19th. And then we have Warrior of the Wild by Trisha Levenseller, and this one we meet 18-year-old Rashmira. And when her coming of age trial is actually sabotaged, her father sends her away into the crazy wildness of you know, the wilderness, and there she has to survive, and she also has to bring down the mysterious god every year. Takes a tribute out of the villages around there, and her job is actually to fix that problem and therefore, you know, save her honor and her family's honor as well. This book has a published date of February 26th. And then we have The Children of Virtue and Vengeance by Tomi Adeyemi. This is book 2 in this series called Legacy of Arusha, and in this book we meet Celie, and she lives in a world where magic no longer exists. Her mother was actually killed because she did have the magic, and now the king is trying to get rid of all of the magic in the entire world, but then Celie actually gets the chance to bring it back, and she gets help from some unexpected people on the way to do that, and you know, shit goes down. And this is, like I said, book 2, and this comes out in March 5th. And then we have Deviate by J. Christoph. This is book 2 of the Lifelike series, duology. I have no idea how many books there's going to be, but in this one we meet Evie, and she actually sort of fights with robots, and that is to be able to pay for her granddad's medications. And one day she actually stumbles upon this Lifelike, which is sort of a very human-like robot. It's actually so human-like you can't tell that it's a robot with just, you know, looking at it. You actually have to cut it open to find out that it's a robot. And when doing so, a lot of troubles emerge, and she's being hunted down because people think that she has this weird power that nobody knew about, but finally they find out during one of her battles with robots, and suddenly everybody knows and they're trying to catch her, and there's a Lifelike going on as well. So I really loved the first book so much, and I looked forward to this book for so long, and it's supposed to come out in May of 2019. The exact date is not like official yet, at least not on Goodreads, so hopefully we'll be finding that out very soon. And then we have Aurora Rising by J. Christoph and Amy Kaufman, and this is definitely on the top of all of these releases about, you know, which book I look forward to the most, because I've heard talk about this book for so long. In this one we meet Tyler Jones, and he's actually get the mission to get this ragtag gang together and, you know, try to save, you know, the universe. And he actually ends up with all of the people that nobody else wants. So there's just, you know, people that likes to shoot other people in their sleep, people that doesn't listen, and, you know, just go on doing their own thing. And there's an alien, and, you know, there's a lot of shit going on, and he has to get this group together to be able to save the universe. And as far as I understand, it's going to be really epic, because I do love the Illuminate Files series, and this sort of they have a very good like sentence to describe the entire book, and it sounds perfect, so I'm just gonna read that to you. They're not the heroes we deserve, they're just the ones we can find. Nobody panic. And this book is supposed to be released on May 7th. The last book I want to talk to you guys about today is There's Something About Sweetie by Sundara Menon. And as you know, she is a contemporary writer, so this is obviously a contemporary book. And in this one we meet two Indian teenagers. We have Arusha, and he has recently broken up with his girlfriend, and his parents are actually convinced that they will be able to find him a more perfect match, and they want him to go out with this girl that is American Indian. And they want him to do it very, like, you know, low-key, very classic, so Hindu temple and stuff like that, and he thinks that that's going to be awful. And then we have Sweetie, and she is a little bit overweight, which is something that her parents constantly complains about or points out, really, and that is driving her nuts, and she doesn't want to hear it anymore. But when their parents actually bring these two characters together, they find out that maybe there's something there, and maybe they actually do end up liking each other a little bit more than they originally thought. And this book is supposed to be out by May 14th. So yeah, those are all of the 11 books that I'm mostly highly anticipated this year. Of course, there's a lot of more books I would have liked to mention, but I've tried to just narrow it down to books where I'm actually up to par with this series, and, you know, books that I really do hope I will enjoy. But yeah, if you have any anticipated releases for the year 2019, no matter if it's the same ones I have mentioned or not, please let me know down in the comments, because I really do want to find out what you guys are most hyped about this year. And yeah, if you like this video, please don't forget to give me some thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel by clicking the little button down below. And yeah, I hope we see each other in the next one. Bye!